Hello, Cancer. Welcome to 2020 Tarot. This is Natalie. Today is your reading for love for the month of May. And this will be for both couples and single people. So it's a spread that's applicable to both. So I'm going to read it as if you are in a relationship. And it's applicable in both situations anyways. So you take it as it resonates for you, please. And if it doesn't resonate, just go check out your other signs. And if those don't resonate as well, just come back and check me out another month. I am going to do a spread with tarot first. I'm also going to clarify one of the positions in the spread with a different card deck. And then I'm going to jump into the Whispers of Love, Lenormand, and then the other heart cards that I forget their names. And then I'm also going to add at the end, pick a card for questions. Okay, so having said that, we're going to start very shortly. So here's for Cancer for the month of May. Okay, this is what your love goal is. So you want a love relationship that's going to be truthful, that's clear and truthful. Okay, you don't want anything hidden. What you have to offer in a relationship is the Six of Pentacles. So you're very giving. You are actually fair. You're just, and you actually are very generous with your love. You're generous with everything that you own. What's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. Basically, type of scenario. Okay. What you lack, however, is the fact that you have a hard time manifesting things, making things happen. You may have a lot of good ideas, but maybe you're missing a little bit of oomph in applying those. And we will see how that can be improved on with a different deck. This is the card I'm going to want to clarify in a little bit. And then what you don't want in a partner. What you don't want is Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is someone who maybe is feeling sorry for themselves. Someone who sees everything as a challenge. I mean, the castle is right on top of a huge mountain. This person is bound, surrounded by 8 swords, and also blinded by the blindfold. So someone who complicates things and worries too much and then gives up easily, basically, okay? Or sees everything as a huge mountain or an obstacle. What you do want in a partner, however, is someone who's able to, when faced with a challenge, you have the Hangman. When faced with a challenge, someone who can actually take a moment, a breather, and, do some reflection and try to figure out and look at things from a different perspective to, make lemonade out of lemons, basically, okay? The heart of the matter is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is one that is very financially stable. Everything he does is great. There's abundance in his entourage. There is no lack of anything. However, he's very traditional. So he's been doing things the same way all the time. So someone who's maybe too routine or traditional in their way of doing things, okay? And maybe from this aspect, here's the card. What I can do to make this work, or what you can do to make this work, is the Six of Cups. So maybe you need to, hold on a second. I got to pause. My father's calling. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. My dad was calling. They went on a road trip to see my sister, and I asked that he calls me as soon as he gets there. So anyways, he was calling to let me know that he was there. So the bottom of the deck is the Empress. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. But essentially, let's go back to here and how you can make the heart of the matter is saying that the King of Pentacles is maybe someone who's a little bit more routine, very, very traditional and set in their ways kind of thing, and how you can make that better or make it work. It's the Six of Cups. And generally speaking, to me, the Six of Cups is about the past, reminiscing about the past. But in this situation, I would say to be more lighthearted, be childlike, forget about being old, forget about your responsibilities, just enjoy yourself as you would as a child, without the worries and concerns in the world. Just enjoy yourself, okay? Now, let's come back to card number 3. The inability to maybe, you're wishing for things, you're manifesting things, but maybe you have an inability to flow through and make them happen. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. Those 2 came out. So how can you improve on that? Well, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the 2 of Swords, and we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so maybe there's a lack of passion on your end. And maybe you're still a little closed off from having had hurts in the past. You know, with the 2 of Swords. Or maybe it's asking you to follow your intuition. Yeah, and you know what? I really think this is about that. It's about you've been hurt in the past, and it's helping. It's not helping you. It's hindering you from, you know, going forward with certain passions that you have, ideas that are very passionate to you, but you have a hard time following up on them, and that's because of past history. Okay. But the last card here is the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands to me is a lot of communications, a lot of back and forth activities, but they're all aligned. So they're all in the same direction, meaning that whatever's going to be done with the other partner or the other person is going to be reciprocated. Or maybe this is about traveling, or could be going online, going on a dating site if you're single, or this could be with your partner. A lot of communication, a lot of back and forth communications to maybe discuss these. Maybe discuss what it is that's holding you back. Okay, good conversations is always good, regardless of the situation. It's always good to have candid and honest conversations. But the Empress means that you're going to receive abundance from all of this. It's an energy, at least it's an energy of abundance around you. There's no lack of anything. Okay. Let's dive into Lenormand now for Cancer. And we have the Mountains, which means delays or obstacles. We have the Heart, so passion or heart related obstacles. And then we have the Child. And the Child is probably small or new. Maybe there's some delays. And then we have the Abundance. So maybe there's some delays. If you're single, there's probably some delays with you finding love or new love. But yet there's going to be a lot of back and forth messaging with the Abundance card. Maybe a lot of prospects. If this is your relationship reading, you're already with someone in your life, maybe there is going to be some delays with your partner in handling or tackling this. I mean, these changes that are required may take some time. The introspection that you need to do, or the little bit of work, or adjusting your style or your way of being will take some time. And we have on here lilies on this card, this Magician card. And lilies speak of peace as well as maturity. So I think there's some growth to be done, spiritual growth and healing on your end, my dear Cancer. All right? And that's funny because there's also lilies in here, peace and maturity. But also, like I mentioned, this card to me represents, for now anyways, in this reading, don't forget to have fun. Just be childlike again. And we have the Child here as well. So I think it's a good omen. There's just going to take time, okay? Oops. Well, we're going to take this card. I'm not going to take all 3, but we're going to take that one. That's the one that came out. So Whispers of Love, what they have to tell you, Cancer, is this card is card number 30. That could be reduced down to 3. But this card says true love. This love is a once-in-a-lifetime love. And maybe this is your soulmate as well, who you're going to be meeting or who you're currently with. And honesty is always the best policy. Being truthful. This is the card. I'll park it there. Now let's go with these little cards here for you, Cancer. Okay. The card that came out is, oh, again, another embrace, a couple in an embrace, and there's the snake. The snake means wisdom. And the snake is in the shape of a heart if you look at it this way. Sorry about the reflection glare. Yeah, wisdom. And wisdom, I mentioned lilies. Lilies could also be wisdom, maturity and peace, but wisdom as well. So let's see what it says. It says power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. All right. Maybe you need to say no to your habits or your way of being. And then we have forgiveness. Card forgiveness. It says, stop focusing your energy on past events. Remember, I said maybe, no, not maybe. I did not even talk about the past events. It's about here I talked about the past events. Okay? That you've been hurt before. So stop focusing your energy on past events. For life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. The magician makes things happen, right? Based on that. You know, his dreams and what he can imagine and manifest. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I am now going to pull some cards from the After Tarot for a potential outcome to this reading for Cancer. All right. Okay, so you have two cards. You have the Seven of Swords and you have the Sun card. The Seven of Swords could be that you're setting yourself a trap, okay? Or you're cutting your losses. But you could be falling into a trap. And I think this is associated with the fact that if you do not, let's say you weren't to do anything, you were just going to leave it as it is, you're just going to fall short. Basically, that's what I see. You're deceiving yourself. I don't think this is someone doing this to you. I think it's you doing this to yourself. Because really, ultimately, this reading speaks of someone being your true love in your life. And very, very successful. But you need to, work on yourself a little bit. Or you should work on yourself a little bit to be able to put in action what you really wish for. And then we have the sun. And the sun kind of trumps everything. The sun is beautiful. It's energetic. It's bright. And we have two kids here playing. And that's what I said about the Six of Cups here, is don't forget to have fun in all of this in order to not be so set in your ways and guarded maybe. Like as we see here with the Two of Swords, you need to open up and maybe heal yourself, but have fun. And maybe through that, you're going to realize that you can actually forgive whatever happened in the past and move on. All right, I'm at the section now where I'm going to ask you to ask a question that needs to be answered with a yes or no answer. And I'm going to pull 3 cards. So you have the option of pausing the video now or in a little while as I pull the cards if you don't have your questions in your head already, okay? Or your question if you just want to ask one. So for Cancer, and I'm going to cut the deck. Okay, so the first card is here, card number 2, and then card number 3. Okay, here's your last chance. If you don't have your answers formulated in your head, pause the video, because now I'm going to start with the answering the questions. Card number 1, the answer is yes, categoric yes. Wonderful. Card number 2, oh, categoric no, no. Card number 3, it says, no, choose a new direction. Okay? All right, so that's it for your reading, Cancer. I hope you like this, and we'll see you next month. All the best to you. Take care.